Hollytuft is a black she-cat. She and her littermates, Fernkit and Sorrelkit, were the first litter of Lionblaze and Cinderheart of ThunderClan, born early in Bramblestar's leadership. All three were named after warriors who had fallen in the great battle against the Dark Forest. Hollykit was named after her aunt Hollyleaf, and she looked a lot like her namesake, to the point that other cats occasionally commented on it. When she and her siblings reached their 6th moon, Hollypaw was apprenticed to Cloudtail. The following day, the clan deputy Squirrelflight and leader Bramblestar decided to oversee their training to make up for Squirrelflight oversleeping and making them late. Hollypaw had trouble with the move they were learning, but she probably didn't feel so bad when Squirrelflight ended up falling over as well when trying to demonstrate it. Squirrelflight pointed it out as an example of how everyone makes mistakes. Eventually, Hollypaw earned her warrior name, Hollytuft, alongside her littermates Fernsong and Sorrelstripe. Not long after SkyClan arrived at the lake, Hollytuft became an older sister when her parents had a second litter, consisting of Spotkit, Flykit, and Snapkit. While they were still small, many cats of ThunderClan came down with belly sickness, and Hollytuft was one of them, but Alderheart was able to cure her. A few months later, she was given her first apprentice, Flippaw. Hollytuft often wasn't the most vocal cat in the clan, but she did have strong opinions on the Sisters, a group of rogues that stayed near clan territory for a while. They had taken the ThunderClan deputy Squirrelflight and the SkyClan leader Leafstar prisoner for a short time after the two she-cats had come upon their camp, and Hollytuft felt that this new group was no better than the last group of rogues that had come to the forest, which had been led by a cat named Darktail and had nearly destroyed ShadowClan. One of the sisters was badly injured in a fight with the ShadowClan patrol, and Hollytuft spoke against treating the she-cat in case it put ThunderClan in danger by making their enemies stronger. Around this time, ThunderClan's prey was poisoned, and Hollytuft's cousin Larksong and one of his newborn kits died. Hollytuft was too sad to eat immediately afterward, but she did help make sure that the clan kept clear of any more of the poisoned prey. Several moons later, Bramblestar's body was taken over by an imposter, but it took a while for the clan to realize what was happening. At first, Hollytuft seemed to be swayed by the things he said. After Bramblestar claimed that Squirrelflight was trying to get SkyClan to rise up against ThunderClan, rather than considering whether the deputy she'd known all her life would do such a thing, Hollytuft was one of the ones to call her a traitor. Later on, though, as the false Bramblestar became more tyrannical, Hollytuft seemed to come around, treating his apparent follower Bristlefoss with a cold attitude. After the impostor was revealed and imprisoned, ThunderClan was in shambles as Squirrelflight tried to keep them together. Several cats left the clan to go on a wander to decide whether they wanted to stay, including Hollytuft's former apprentice Flipclaw. When he returned, however, he had news to report. Hollytuft's younger brother and sister, Flywhisker and Snaptooth, had chosen to become kitty pets rather than return to the clan. Hollytuft declared them traitors, despite her mother's protests. Hollytuft often hasn't been in the middle of the action, but from what we've seen of her, she's a somewhat prickly, judgmental cat. Whether she will mellow out eventually, and whether she'll ever see her two siblings again, only time will tell.